Ever feel like you could achieve so much more if you had the right connections? The audiobook, How to Build a Powerful Network, Unstoppable Influence for Limitless Success, reveals the secrets to building a network of powerful and influential connections that can make the difference between extraordinary success and mediocrity. You'll learn how to forge authentic relationships, leverage your connections, and turn setbacks into opportunities. Don't let another opportunity slip away. Master the art of networking and watch as doors open to a future filled with limitless possibilities and unstoppable influence. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1: Catalyst. In the interconnected landscape of the modern world, success is no longer solely determined by individual talent or hard work. The ability to build and leverage a powerful network has become the ultimate catalyst for extraordinary achievement. As you embark on this journey to unlock your full potential, you'll discover that networking is not just a skill, it's a transformative force that can propel you towards heights you never thought possible. Imagine standing at the precipice of your dreams, gazing out at a vast expanse of opportunities. Now, picture a network of bridges stretching out before you, connecting you to resources, knowledge, and individuals who can help turn those dreams into reality. This is the power of effective networking, a power that you're about to harness. The concept of networking often conjures images of awkward small talk at cocktail parties or exchanging business cards with strangers. But true networking, the kind that catalyzes real success, goes far beyond these surface-level interactions. It's about forging genuine connections, cultivating relationships, and creating a web of mutual support that can weather any storm and seize any opportunity. In today's world, where information flows at lightning speed and industries evolve overnight, having a strong network is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Your network becomes your personal think tank, your sounding board, and your launchpad for new ventures. It's the fertile soil from which innovative ideas sprout and the safety net that catches you when you stumble. But why is networking such a powerful catalyst? The answer lies in the exponential nature of human connections. When you connect with one person, you're not just gaining access to their knowledge and resources, you're potentially tapping into their entire network as well. Each new connection multiplies your reach, your influence, and your potential for growth. Consider the story of many successful entrepreneurs. Their journeys often begin with a single idea, but it's their ability to connect with the right people, mentors, investors, partners, and customers that transforms that idea into a thriving reality. These connections provide not just financial support, but also crucial advice, emotional encouragement, and doors to opportunities that would otherwise remain closed. As you delve deeper into this book, you'll uncover the 9 core principles that form the foundation of powerful networking. These principles aren't just theoretical concepts, they're practical tools that you can start applying immediately to see tangible results in your personal and professional life. The first time you go through this book, you'll gain a comprehensive understanding of why networking is crucial for your success. You'll recognize that every interaction, every conversation, and every relationship has the potential to be a stepping stone towards your goals. This awareness alone will transform the way you approach your daily interactions, making you more intentional and strategic in building connections. Moreover, you'll grasp the core principles that underpin effective networking. These aren't superficial tactics or manipulative techniques. Instead, they're fundamental truths about human relationships and how to nurture them in a way that's authentic, mutually beneficial, and sustainable. Understanding these principles will give you a solid foundation upon which to build your networking skills. Armed with this knowledge, you'll be ready to take your first steps into the world of strategic networking, you'll begin to apply initial strategies that will help you make meaningful connections, even if you're starting from scratch. These early efforts might feel small at first, but they're the seeds from which your powerful network will grow. But the true magic happens when you continue to apply these principles over time. As you consistently put these strategies into practice, you'll start to see your network expand and strengthen. You'll establish a robust, influential network that actively supports your goals and aspirations. This network will become a dynamic force in your life, opening doors to opportunities you might never have discovered on your own. Through your connections, you'll gain access to new resources that can accelerate your progress. Whether it's insider knowledge about your industry, introductions to key decision makers, or collaborative partnerships that amplify your efforts, your network will become an invaluable asset in your journey towards success. Perhaps most importantly, as your network grows, so will you. The diverse perspectives and experiences you encounter will broaden your horizons, challenge your assumptions, and fuel your personal and professional growth. You'll find yourself evolving, adapting, and thriving in ways you never imagined possible. But building a powerful network isn't a haphazard process. It requires a structured approach and a clear understanding of the most important steps involved. Throughout this book, you'll learn about the 9 core networking principles that form the backbone of this approach. Each principle builds upon the last, creating a comprehensive framework for networking success. You'll start by understanding the fundamental importance of authenticity and the power of your personal story. From there, you'll learn how to set intentional networking goals that align with your broader life objectives. You'll discover the transformative power of giving first and how to leverage social proof to enhance your credibility. As you progress, you'll master the art of consistent engagement and thoughtful follow-up, 2 critical skills that turn fleeting encounters into lasting relationships. You'll develop resilience in the face of rejection and learn how to turn setbacks into opportunities for growth. Finally, you'll explore how to expand your network beyond limits, embracing the infinite potential of lifelong relationship building. These steps are carefully ordered to ensure you build a strong foundation before moving on to more advanced strategies. Each principle reinforces and enhances the ones that came before it, creating a synergistic effect that amplifies your networking efforts. This sequential approach ensures that you develop a comprehensive understanding of effective networking, allowing you to navigate even the most complex social and professional landscapes with confidence. As you work through each chapter, you'll find practical exercises and actionable strategies that allow you to immediately apply what you've learned. These aren't just theoretical concepts, they're real-world tools that you can use to start building your network from day one. And as you consistently apply these principles, you'll find that networking becomes not just easier, but more natural and enjoyable. Remember, building a powerful network is not about collecting the most business cards or having the longest list of LinkedIn connections. It's about cultivating meaningful relationships that enrich your life and propel you towards your goals. It's about creating a community of mutual support and shared success. As you embark on this journey, keep in mind that every great achievement in history has been the result of collaboration and connection. From scientific breakthroughs to artistic masterpieces, from technological innovations to social movements, behind each of these accomplishments lies a network of individuals working together, inspiring each other, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Now, it's your turn to harness this power. As you turn the page to the next chapter, you're taking the first step towards building a network that will not only transform your life, but potentially change the world. You're about to unlock the catalyst that will propel you towards limitless success. Are you ready to discover the secrets of your unique identity and how it can become your most powerful networking tool? The journey to building your unstoppable influence begins now, and it starts with understanding the essence of who you are and the story only you can tell. Prepare to uncover the hidden power that lies within your personal narrative. a power that will magnetize opportunities and forge connections like never before. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2: Identity. In the vast tapestry of human connections, there's a thread that stands out, unique, vibrant, and unmistakably yours. This thread is your identity, the essence of who you are, and it holds the power to weave relationships that are not just numerous, but profoundly meaningful. As we embark on this chapter, prepare to unravel the mystery of your own narrative and discover how it can become the cornerstone of your networking success. Think back to a time when you met someone who left an indelible impression on you. What was it about them that captivated your attention? Chances are, it wasn't just their job title or their list of accomplishments. It was something more intangible, a quality that made them stand out in a sea of faces. This quality, this magnetic force that draws others in, is what we're about to explore and cultivate within you. Your identity is more than just a name or a role you play. It's a complex tapestry woven from your experiences, values, passions, and the unique way you view the world. In the context of networking, understanding and articulating this identity is not just helpful, it's transformative. It's the difference between being another business card in a stack and being the person others can't wait to connect with again. But why is this so crucial for building a powerful network? The answer lies in the fundamental nature of human connections. We are drawn to authenticity, to stories that resonate with our own experiences and aspirations. When you present your true self, stripped of pretense and polished to shine, you create a magnetic field around you. This authenticity differentiates you from others in ways that are both memorable and meaningful. Imagine walking into a networking event. The room is filled with professionals, all eager to make connections. In this sea of suits and smiles, how do you stand out? The secret lies not in having the loudest voice or the flashiest business card, but in the story you carry with you, your personal narrative. This narrative, when crafted and shared effectively, becomes your unique identifier. It's what people remember long after they've forgotten your job title or the company you work for. It's what makes you relatable, interesting, and worth connecting with on a deeper level. Your story has the power to build trust, creating a foundation of authenticity upon which strong relationships can be built. Moreover, when you share your authentic self, you naturally attract like-minded individuals and opportunities that align with your values and goals. It's as if you're sending out a signal, calling in the people and circumstances that resonate with your true identity. This alignment is the fertile ground from which mutually beneficial relationships and opportunities sprout. But how do you uncover this authentic self? The journey begins with introspection. It's about peeling back the layers of expectations, roles, and facades we often wear in our professional lives to reveal the core of who we are. This process of self-discovery is not always easy, but it's invariably rewarding. Start by carving out some quiet time for reflection. Ask yourself probing questions. What are the values that guide your decisions? What experiences have shaped your worldview? What passions drive you forward, even in the face of challenges? These questions are not just philosophical exercises, they're the keys to unlocking your unique narrative. As you delve deeper, you'll start to identify pivotal life experiences that have molded you. These could be challenges you've overcome, moments of triumph, or even seemingly small incidents that had a profound impact on your perspective. Each of these experiences is a thread in the tapestry of your identity, contributing to the rich pattern that makes you who you are. Recognizing your passions and strengths is another crucial aspect of this self-discovery process. What are the activities that make you lose track of time? What skills come naturally to you, almost effortlessly? These are clues to your authentic self, pointing towards the areas where you can truly shine in your personal and professional life. As you uncover these elements of your identity, you'll begin to see the outlines of your personal narrative taking shape. But a compelling personal story is more than just a collection of facts and experiences. It's a carefully crafted narrative that engages, inspires, and connects. The key components of a powerful personal narrative include your background, the challenges you've faced, and the achievements you're proud of. But it's not just about listing these elements. It's about weaving them into a cohesive story that highlights your unique journey and the insights you've gained along the way. When crafting your narrative, focus on the experiences and skills that set you apart. Perhaps you've lived in multiple countries, giving you a unique global perspective. Maybe you've overcome significant obstacles, demonstrating resilience and problem-solving skills. Or you might have a combination of skills that's rare in your field, offering a fresh approach to common challenges. These are the elements that make your story uniquely yours and inherently interesting to others. The art of storytelling comes into play as you shape your narrative. A compelling story isn't just a recitation of events, it's a journey that takes the listener along with you. It has a clear beginning, middle, and end, with a central theme or message that ties it all together. As you craft your story, think about the emotions you want to evoke, the lessons you want to share, and the connections you want to make with your audience. Remember, the goal isn't to create a script to be recited verbatim in every networking situation. Instead, you're developing a flexible framework that can be adapted to different contexts and audiences. The core of your story remains constant, but the details you emphasize might change depending on who you're talking to and what you hope to achieve from the interaction. Communicating your story effectively is as important as crafting it. The way you tell your story can make the difference between captivating your audience and losing their interest. Practice delivering your narrative with confidence and enthusiasm. Your passion for your own journey should shine through, inspiring others to share their stories in return. One effective technique is to use vivid imagery and sensory details to make your story come alive. Instead of simply stating facts, paint a picture with your words. Let your audience see, hear, and feel the pivotal moments in your journey. This immersive approach helps create a stronger emotional connection, making your story more memorable and impactful. Another crucial aspect of effective communication is active listening. As you share your story, be attuned to your audience's reactions. Are they engaged? Are certain parts of your narrative resonating more than others? Use these cues to refine your storytelling, emphasizing the elements that create the strongest connections. Tailoring your story to different audiences is a skill that comes with practice. While the core of your narrative remains constant, the aspects you highlight might vary depending on the context. In a professional setting, you might focus more on your career journey and achievements. In a more casual networking event, you might emphasize personal experiences that shaped your worldview. The key is to find the intersection between your story and your audience's interests or needs. To truly master your personal narrative, practice is essential. Start by writing down your story. Don't worry about perfection at first. Just let your thoughts flow onto paper. This initial draft is your raw material, the clay from which you'll sculpt your refined narrative. Once you have a draft, share it with a trusted friend or mentor. Ask for honest feedback. Does the story feel authentic? Is it engaging? Are there parts that could be more impactful? This external perspective can provide valuable insights, helping you see your narrative through fresh eyes. Based on this feedback, refine your story. This is an iterative process. Each time you tell your story, you'll likely find ways to improve it. Pay attention to which parts resonate most with different audiences and adjust accordingly. Over time, you'll develop a repertoire of anecdotes and insights that you can draw upon flexibly in various networking situations. As you embark on this journey of crafting and sharing your personal narrative, it's natural to wonder about the outcomes. What can you expect from investing time and effort into this process? At a basic level, you'll have a go-to introduction that goes beyond the standard name and job title format. This alone can make you more memorable in networking situations. But the real magic happens when your story truly resonates with others. When this occurs, you'll find that conversations flow more naturally and people are genuinely interested in learning more about you and your journey. In the best-case scenario, your personal narrative becomes a powerful tool for forging deep, lasting connections. People will remember you long after your initial meeting, and they'll be more likely to think of you when opportunities arise that align with your story. Your narrative becomes a bridge, connecting you to like-minded individuals and exciting prospects. Of course, the path to mastering your personal narrative isn't always smooth. You might encounter challenges along the way. Perhaps your story feels inauthentic or forced when you first try to articulate it. This is a common issue, and the solution often lies in revisiting your core values and experiences. Ensure that every element of your narrative truly aligns with who you are and what you stand for. You might also find that your audience seems disengaged when you share your story. If this happens, it's time to reassess and adjust. Are you focusing too much on details that aren't relevant to your audience? Are you striking the right balance between personal anecdotes and professional insights? Remember, relatability is key. Find the aspects of your story that are most likely to resonate with your specific audience and emphasize those. Lack of confidence in delivery is another common hurdle. The solution here is simple, though not always easy. Practice, practice, practice. The more you share your story, the more natural and confident you'll become. Consider recording yourself or practicing in front of a mirror to refine your delivery. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the journey you've begun. You're not just crafting a story, you're uncovering the essence of who you are and learning to share it in a way that creates meaningful connections. This is the foundation upon which powerful networks are built. But your identity is just the beginning. As you move forward, you'll discover that knowing yourself is only half the equation. The other half lies in understanding the purpose that drives you, the goals and aspirations that give direction to your networking efforts. What hidden motivations are shaping your journey? How can aligning your networking strategy with your deepest ambitions unlock doors you never knew existed? Prepare to delve into the realm of purpose, where your identity finds its true north and your networking efforts gain unstoppable momentum. Chapter 3: Purpose. As we embark on this chapter, imagine standing at a crossroads. Each path stretches out before you, disappearing into the horizon. Which one do you choose? How do you know which direction will lead you to your desired destination? This is the essence of purpose in networking, knowing where you want to go and charting the course to get there. In the previous chapter, we uncovered the power of your unique identity. Now, we're about to discover how to harness that power and direct it towards achieving your goals. But before we dive into the specifics, let's consider for a moment what drives you. What are the aspirations that wake you up in the morning, that keep you pushing forward even when the path gets tough? Purpose in networking isn't just about having a vague idea of what you want to achieve. It's about crystallizing your vision, understanding the why behind your networking efforts, and aligning every interaction with your broader life goals. It's the compass that guides your journey, ensuring that each step you take brings you closer to your destination. But why is having a clear purpose so crucial when building a powerful network? The answer lies in the nature of human connections. Every interaction, every relationship carries potential, but not all potential is equal. Without a clear purpose, you might find yourself casting a wide net, making numerous connections that, while pleasant, don't necessarily move you forward on your path. Purpose acts as a filter, helping you direct your efforts efficiently towards your goals. It's like having a high-powered telescope that allows you to zoom in on the stars that align with your aspirations, rather than getting lost in the vast expanse of the night sky. This focused approach not only saves you time and energy, but also leads to higher quality connections, relationships that are more likely to be mutually beneficial and deeply fulfilling. Moreover, when you approach networking with a clear purpose, You bring an energy and enthusiasm to your interactions that is palpable. People are naturally drawn to those who have a sense of direction, who know what they want, and are actively working towards it. Your purpose becomes a beacon, attracting like-minded individuals and opportunities that resonate with your goals. But how do you uncover this purpose? How do you translate your broader life aspirations into concrete networking objectives? The journey begins with introspection and clarity. Start by taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture of your life. What are your short-term goals? These might be objectives you want to achieve in the next few months or year. Perhaps you're looking to switch careers, launch a new project, or expand your skills in a particular area. Now, stretch your vision further. What are your long-term aspirations? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10, or even 20 years? These long-term goals might be more ambitious, starting your own company, becoming a thought leader in your industry, or making a significant impact in a cause you're passionate about. The key is to be honest with yourself. Don't limit your aspirations based on what you think is possible or what others expect of you. Dream big, but also be specific. Vague goals like be successful or make more connections won't provide the direction you need. Instead, aim for clarity. Become a recognized expert in artificial intelligence ethics within 5 years, or build a network of sustainability leaders across 3 continents by 2025. As you define these goals, consider how they align with your broader life plans. Your networking objectives shouldn't exist in isolation. They should be an integral part of your overall journey. Think about how each goal contributes to your personal growth, career progression, or the impact you want to make in the world. This alignment ensures that your networking efforts feel meaningful and motivating, rather than like a separate task you have to check off your list. Once you have a list of goals, it's time to prioritize. Not all objectives are created equal, and trying to pursue everything at once can lead to overwhelm and lack of progress. Consider which goals are most important or time-sensitive. Which ones, if achieved, would have the biggest positive impact on your life or career. These should be your top priorities. With your prioritized goals in hand, the next step is to identify your target network, the individuals and communities that are most likely to help you achieve these objectives. This is where your networking efforts become truly strategic. Start by mapping out the key industries, sectors, or communities that are relevant to your goals. If you're aiming to transition into a new field, for example, you'd want to focus on building connections within that industry. If your goal is to become a thought leader, you might target communities of influencers, speakers, and authors in your area of expertise. Within these broader categories, try to recognize specific individuals who could potentially help you on your journey. These might be leaders in your field, potential mentors, or individuals who have already achieved what you're aspiring to. Don't limit yourself to only high-profile individuals. Sometimes, peers or those just a few steps ahead of you on the path can be incredibly valuable connections. As you do this mapping, don't forget to leverage your existing connections. Look through your current network with fresh eyes, considering how each person might relate to your new goals. You might be surprised to find that you already have valuable connections you hadn't considered before. Perhaps a former colleague has transitioned into the industry you're interested in, or a college friend is now working at your dream company. With a clear understanding of your goals and target network, it's time to create a strategic plan for your networking efforts. This plan will be your roadmap, guiding your actions and ensuring that you're making consistent progress towards your objectives. Start by creating an action plan. This should outline specific steps you'll take to move towards your goals. For example, if your objective is to become known in your industry, your action plan might include attending key conferences, engaging regularly on professional social media platforms, and seeking speaking opportunities. When setting these action steps, it's helpful to use the SMART framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of a vague goal like attend more networking events, a SMART goal would be Attend 2 industry conferences and make at least 5 new relevant connections at each by the end of this year. As you create your plan, be realistic about the time and resources you can allocate to networking. It's better to set modest goals that you can consistently achieve than to create an overly ambitious plan that you'll struggle to follow. Consider your current commitments and how much time you can realistically dedicate to networking activities each week or month. To bring your strategic plan to life, it's time to engage in some practical exercises. Start by writing down your top 3 networking goals. These should be the objectives that, if achieved, would have the most significant positive impact on your personal or professional life. Be specific and ensure these goals align with your broader aspirations. Next, create a list of target contacts and communities. Who are the key individuals you'd like to connect with? What are the professional groups or online communities that align with your goals? This list will serve as your focus point, helping you direct your networking efforts where they're most likely to yield results. Finally, take out your calendar and start scheduling specific networking actions. This might include blocking out time for online engagement, setting reminders to follow up with new contacts, or marking dates for upcoming industry events. By scheduling these activities, you're making a commitment to your networking goals and ensuring that they don't get pushed aside by day-to-day demands. As you embark on this purposeful networking journey, it's natural to wonder about the potential outcomes. What can you expect from this strategic approach? At a basic level, having a clear plan will guide your networking activities, giving you a sense of direction and purpose. You'll find yourself making more intentional choices about where to invest your time and energy, leading to more productive networking efforts. As you consistently align your actions with your goals, you'll likely see excellent results. Your network will begin to take shape in a way that truly supports your aspirations. You'll find yourself surrounded by individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and open doors to new opportunities. In the best-case scenario, your purposeful networking will become a powerful catalyst for achieving your milestones. You'll find that the right connections seem to appear at just the right time, accelerating your progress towards your goals. Your network becomes not just a support system, but a true amplifier of your efforts and ambitions. Of course, the path to purposeful networking isn't always smooth. You might encounter challenges along the way. One common issue is setting goals that are too vague. If you find yourself struggling to make progress, it might be because your objectives aren't specific or measurable enough. The solution is to revisit your goals and make them more concrete. Instead of expand my network, try connect with 3 industry leaders in my field this quarter. Another potential pitfall is feeling overwhelmed by the task ahead. Building a powerful network can seem daunting, especially if you're starting from scratch or aiming for ambitious goals. If you find yourself in this situation, the key is to break your actions into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on one goal at a time, or even one action at a time. Remember, every great network started with a single connection. You might also encounter periods where you're not seeing the results you desire. This can be frustrating, but it's a normal part of the process. The solution here is to reassess and adjust your strategy. Are you targeting the right individuals and communities? Are your goals still aligned with your current aspirations? Don't be afraid to pivot if needed. Flexibility is a valuable asset in networking. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the journey you've begun. You've moved from understanding your identity to defining your purpose, creating a powerful foundation for your networking efforts. You now have a clear direction, a strategic plan, and the tools to start building a network that truly aligns with your goals and aspirations. But having a purpose is just the beginning. As you step out into the world, ready to connect with purpose, you'll discover that true networking magic happens in the exchange, the give and take that forms the basis of all strong relationships. What hidden power lies in the act of giving? How can you create a flow of value that not only helps others, but propels you towards your goals with unstoppable momentum? Prepare to unlock the secret of reciprocity, where every act of generosity becomes a seed of future success. Chapter 4: Reciprocity. In the intricate dance of human relationships, there's a rhythm that often goes unnoticed, yet it underpins every successful interaction. It's a subtle give and take, a flow of energy that, when mastered, can transform your networking efforts from mundane to magical. As we delve into this chapter, prepare to uncover a principle so powerful that it has the potential to revolutionize not just your network, but your entire approach to professional and personal relationships. Imagine for a moment a world where every interaction leaves both parties feeling enriched, where connections are forged not through obligation, but through genuine mutual benefit. This world isn't a utopian fantasy. It's the reality that awaits when you embrace the principle we're about to explore. But what exactly is this principle? What's the secret ingredient that can elevate your networking from transactional exchanges to transformative experiences? The answer lies in a concept that might seem counterintuitive at first glance, especially in a world that often emphasizes getting ahead at all costs. This principle is about giving, but not just any kind of giving. It's about giving first, without the expectation of immediate return. It's about approaching your network with an abundance mindset, understanding that by contributing to others' success, you're not diminishing your own prospects, but rather expanding the possibilities for everyone involved, including yourself. Why is this approach so crucial for building a powerful network? The answer lies in the fundamental nature of human relationships. Trust, the bedrock of any strong connection, isn't built through demands or expectations. It's cultivated through acts of goodwill, through demonstrating that you're invested in the other person's success as much as your own. When you adopt a give-first mindset, you're doing more than just being nice. You're positioning yourself as a valuable asset in your network. You become known not just for what you can do, but for what you're willing to do for others. This reputation as a generous, supportive individual is far more powerful than any elevator pitch or business card. Moreover, this approach encourages a culture of mutual support within your network. When you freely offer your help, expertise, or resources, you create an environment where others are more likely to do the same. It's not about keeping score or expecting tit-for-tat exchanges. Instead, it's about fostering a community where everyone is invested in collective success. But how does this philosophy of giving first actually work in practice? It starts with a shift in perspective. Instead of approaching networking events or professional relationships with the question, "What can I get out of this?" start asking yourself, "What can I contribute here?" This doesn't mean you should ignore your own goals or needs. Rather, it's about understanding that your success and the success of those in your network are interconnected. By focusing on how you can add value to others, you're indirectly, but powerfully, advancing your own interests as well. Consider the last time someone offered you help without expecting anything in return. How did it make you feel about that person? Chances are, it significantly increased your trust and goodwill towards them. This is the power of reciprocity in action. When you give freely, you're not just helping others, you're building a reservoir of goodwill that can pay dividends in unexpected ways down the line. Of course, embracing this philosophy requires a certain level of faith. It means being willing to give without the guarantee of immediate return. But this is where the true magic happens. When you release the need for instant gratification and trust in the process, you open yourself up to opportunities and connections that you might never have encountered otherwise. So, how can you start putting this principle into action? The first step is to identify ways you can add value to your network. This doesn't have to be grand gestures or significant time commitments. Often, the most impactful contributions are simple acts that leverage your unique skills, knowledge, or resources. Start by taking stock of what you have to offer. Perhaps you have expertise in a particular field that others in your network might benefit from. Maybe you have a knack for problem solving or a talent for making introductions. Or it could be as simple as having access to information or resources that others might find valuable. Once you've identified your strengths, look for opportunities to share them. This could mean offering advice to a colleague who's struggling with a challenge in their field. It might involve sharing an article or resource that you think would be helpful to someone in your network. Or it could be making an introduction between two people who you think could benefit from knowing each other. Remember, the goal isn't to overwhelm yourself with commitments or to give away all your time and resources. It's about cultivating a mindset of generosity and being open to opportunities to help others when you can. One powerful way to practice this principle is through acts of impactful kindness. These are small gestures that can make a big difference in someone's day or even their career. It could be taking the time to write a thoughtful recommendation on LinkedIn for a colleague, or it might be offering to mentor a junior professional in your field for a few hours a month. Another approach is to freely share opportunities that come your way. If you hear about a job opening that's not right for you, but might be perfect for someone in your network, pass it along. If you're invited to an event that you can't attend, but know would be valuable for a connection, offer them your spot. Volunteering your expertise is another excellent way to give first. This could involve speaking at industry events, contributing to professional forums, or offering pro bono services to nonprofit organizations in your field. Not only does this help others, but it also raises your profile and establishes you as an expert in your area. To really internalize this principle, try setting yourself a challenge. Commit to helping 3 people in your network this week without expecting anything in return. This could be as simple as sharing a useful resource, making an introduction, or offering some advice. The key is to do it with genuine intent to help, not with the expectation of reciprocation. As you engage in these acts of giving, it's important to offer your assistance unconditionally. This means being okay with the possibility that your offer might not be accepted or that you might not see an immediate return on your investment of time and energy. The goal is to cultivate a genuine spirit of generosity, not to create a sense of obligation in others. After each act of giving, take some time to reflect on the experience. How did it make you feel? What was the recipient's reaction? Did any unexpected positive outcomes arise from your act of generosity? This reflection can help reinforce the positive aspects of giving and keep you motivated to continue the practice. As you embrace this approach to networking, you might wonder what outcomes you can expect. At a basic level, you're likely to receive appreciation from others. People generally recognize and value acts of kindness, even if they can't immediately reciprocate. In many cases, you'll see excellent results in the form of stronger relationships and increased trust. As you consistently demonstrate your willingness to help others, you'll find that people are more likely to open up to you, share opportunities, and think of you when something relevant to your interests comes up. In the best-case scenario, you may find yourself recognized as a valuable connector within your network. This is a powerful position to be in, as it means people will naturally think of you when they're looking to make connections or find resources. You become a hub of activity and information, which can lead to numerous opportunities for personal and professional growth. Of course, as with any approach, there can be challenges along the way. One common issue is feeling unreciprocated. You might find yourself giving a lot without seeing immediate returns. If this happens, it's important to adjust your expectations and refocus on the act of giving itself. Remember, the benefits of this approach often manifest in unexpected ways and over longer periods. Another potential pitfall is overcommitting. In your enthusiasm to help others, you might find yourself saying yes to too many requests, leading to burnout. The solution here is to set clear boundaries. It's okay to be selective about how and when you offer help. Quality is more important than quantity when it comes to giving. Lastly, there's the risk of your offers being perceived as insincere, especially if they come across as too calculated or self-serving. To avoid this, ensure that your offers of help are genuine and aligned with your actual capabilities and interests. Authenticity is key in building trust and fostering reciprocity. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of this give-first approach. By shifting your focus from what you can get to what you can give, you're not just building a network, you're cultivating a community of mutual support and shared success. But giving is just the beginning. As your reputation for generosity grows, you'll find yourself in a position of increasing influence. How can you leverage this goodwill to amplify your impact and accelerate your success? What hidden forces can you harness to multiply the effect of your networking efforts? Prepare to discover the art of strategic leverage, where every connection becomes a stepping stone to unprecedented opportunities and influence. Chapter 5: Leverage. In the intricate web of professional relationships, there exists a hidden force, a power that, when harnessed correctly, can propel your networking efforts to unprecedented heights. This force acts as a multiplier, taking the connections you've built and the goodwill you've cultivated and amplifying their impact exponentially. As we delve into this chapter, prepare to unlock a strategy that will not only enhance your credibility, but also position you as a central figure in your network. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of a vast, interconnected network. Each node represents a person, each line a relationship. Now picture yourself not just as another node, but as a nexus point, a hub through which information, opportunities, and connections flow freely. This is the power of leverage in networking, and it's what we're about to explore in depth. But what exactly is this leverage? How can you tap into it to accelerate your professional growth and become an indispensable part of your network? The answer lies in a concept that goes beyond mere connections. It's about becoming a catalyst for connections, a trusted figure whose word carries weight and whose actions create ripples of opportunity throughout your professional ecosystem. At its core, this strategy revolves around the idea of social proof, the psychological phenomenon where people look to the actions and attitudes of others to determine their own behavior. In the context of networking, social proof becomes a powerful tool for building trust and credibility quickly. When others see that you're respected, endorsed, and connected, they're more likely to view you as a valuable contact and seek out your expertise or assistance. But why is this so crucial for building a powerful network? The answer lies in the nature of human relationships and decision-making. In a world overflowing with information and potential connections, people rely on shortcuts to determine who to trust and engage with. Social proof acts as one of these shortcuts, signaling to others that you're a credible and influential figure in your field. By leveraging social proof effectively, you not only build trust more rapidly, but also increase your overall influence and value within your network. This, in turn, amplifies opportunities not just for yourself, but for everyone connected to you. You become a node of opportunity, a conduit through which valuable connections and information flow. To truly understand the power of social proof in networking, we need to delve into the psychology behind it. At its most basic level, social proof taps into our innate tendency to look to others for cues on how to behave, especially in unfamiliar or uncertain situations. When we see that others trust and value someone, we're more likely to do the same, even without direct experience. This principle manifests in various forms within professional networks. Testimonials from respected figures in your industry can significantly boost your credibility. Endorsements on professional platforms signal your expertise to potential contacts. Even the size and quality of your network itself can serve as a form of social proof, indicating that you're a well-connected and valuable contact. The impact of social proof on perceptions cannot be overstated. It can be the difference between being seen as just another professional in your field and being recognized as a go-to expert or valuable connector. This shift in perception opens doors to opportunities that might otherwise remain closed, from speaking engagements to high-level collaborations. So, how can you start building this credibility through endorsements? The process begins with recognizing the value you bring to your professional relationships and being willing to showcase it. This doesn't mean engaging in shameless self-promotion. Rather, it's about strategically highlighting your accomplishments and the positive impact you've had on others. Start by identifying key moments in your professional journey where you've made a significant impact. These could be successful projects, innovative solutions to complex problems, or instances where you've helped others achieve their goals. These accomplishments form the foundation of your professional narrative and provide concrete examples of your value. Next, consider reaching out to colleagues, clients, or mentors who have directly benefited from your work or expertise. Ask if they would be willing to provide a testimonial or endorsement. When making this request, be specific about what you're looking for, perhaps a comment on a particular skill or a description of how you helped solve a specific problem. This specificity not only makes it easier for the person to craft a meaningful endorsement, but also ensures that the testimonial aligns with the aspects of your expertise you want to highlight. When gathering these endorsements, it's crucial to maintain authenticity. The goal is not to create an inflated image of yourself, but to accurately represent your skills and the value you bring to your professional relationships. Genuine, specific endorsements carry far more weight than vague or exaggerated praise. As you collect these testimonials and endorsements, think strategically about how to showcase them. Professional networking platforms often have built-in features for endorsements. Make use of these. You might also consider featuring select testimonials on your personal website or in your professional bio. The key is to make this information easily accessible to those who might be considering connecting or collaborating with you. While building your credibility through endorsements is crucial, it's only one part of the leverage equation. The other, equally important aspect is becoming a connector within your network. This role goes beyond simply having a large number of contacts. It's about actively facilitating valuable connections between others. Becoming a connector offers numerous benefits, both to you and to your network as a whole. By introducing people who can benefit from knowing each other, you create value without necessarily expending significant resources. Each successful connection you facilitate enhances your reputation as someone who understands the needs of others and can be trusted to make meaningful introductions. To excel in this role, you need to develop a keen understanding of the needs, goals, and expertise of those in your network. Pay attention to what people are working on, what challenges they're facing, and what opportunities they're seeking. This awareness allows you to spot potential synergies and make introductions that are truly valuable. When making introductions, be thoughtful and strategic. Consider not just whether two people might benefit from knowing each other, but also the timing and context of the introduction. A well-timed, well-framed introduction can be the catalyst for significant opportunities or collaborations. As you consistently make valuable connections, you'll find yourself naturally becoming a hub within your network. People will start to see you as a go-to person for introductions and information. This position not only increases your value within the network, but also keeps you at the center of information flow, giving you early access to opportunities and trends. To truly internalize these concepts and start leveraging your network effectively, it's important to put them into practice. Start by setting a goal to request 3 meaningful endorsements this week. Reach out to colleagues or clients who can speak to specific skills or accomplishments you want to highlight. Remember to make it easy for them by being clear about what you're looking for and why it's important to you. Next, challenge yourself to make 2 valuable introductions between people in your network. Think carefully about who might benefit from knowing each other and why. When you make the introduction, provide context that helps both parties understand the potential value of the connection. Follow up after a week or 2 to see if the introduction was indeed helpful. Finally, make it a habit to regularly share the successes of others in your network. This could be through social media posts, mentioning their accomplishments in relevant conversations, or even writing recommendations for them. By consistently highlighting the achievements of others, you not only strengthen your relationships, but also demonstrate your connectedness and your role as a supportive network member. As you implement these strategies, you might wonder about the potential outcomes. At a basic level, you're likely to see increased recognition within your professional circles. People will start to take notice of your expertise and your ability to make valuable connections. With consistent effort, you can achieve excellent results in the form of enhanced influence. You'll find that your opinions carry more weight and people are more likely to seek out your advice or involvement in important projects. This influence can open doors to new opportunities and collaborations. In the best-case scenario, leveraging your network in this way can lead to significant career advancements. You might find yourself being considered for leadership roles, invited to speak at high-profile events, or approached for exciting new ventures. Your network becomes not just a support system, but a powerful catalyst for your professional growth. Of course, as with any strategy, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of. One common issue is the temptation to misrepresent connections or exaggerate relationships. While it might be tempting to claim closer ties than you actually have, this can quickly backfire if discovered. The solution is simple. Always be honest in your endorsements and about the nature of your connections. Authenticity is far more valuable than inflated claims. Another challenge you might face is making unwanted introductions. Not everyone appreciates being connected without their consent, and some might feel put on the spot. To avoid this, always obtain consent from both parties before making an introduction. A quick message explaining the potential benefit of the connection and asking if they're open to an introduction can prevent awkward situations and ensure that your efforts to connect others are well received. Lastly, there's a fine line between leveraging social proof and coming across as overly self-promotional. If you're constantly talking about your achievements or the important people you know, it can be off-putting to others. The key is to balance showcasing your value with humility. Let your actions and the words of others speak louder than your own self-promotion. Focus on adding value to your network, and your influence will grow organically. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of leverage in networking. By strategically building your credibility and positioning yourself as a valuable connector, you're not just expanding your network, you're amplifying its power and your position within it. But leverage is just one piece of the puzzle. As your influence grows and your network expands, how do you maintain and nurture these valuable connections over time? What hidden rhythm underlies all successful long-term relationships, and how can you tap into it to ensure your network remains vibrant and valuable? Prepare to uncover the secret of sustained networking success, where small, consistent actions create a symphony of ongoing opportunity and growth. Chapter 6: Consistency. In the grand symphony of networking, there's a rhythm that often goes unnoticed, yet it's the very heartbeat that keeps relationships alive and thriving. This rhythm, when mastered, has the power to transform fleeting connections into enduring alliances, casual acquaintances into steadfast supporters. As we embark on this chapter, prepare to uncover a principle so fundamental, yet so often overlooked, that it holds the key to unlocking the full potential of your network. Imagine for a moment a garden. You've carefully selected the seeds, prepared the soil, and planted with care. But what happens if you walk away, leaving the garden to fend for itself? Even the most promising beginnings will wither without consistent attention. Your network, like this garden, requires ongoing nurture to flourish. But what exactly is this nurturing force? What's the secret ingredient that can elevate your networking from sporadic interactions to a continuous flow of mutual support and opportunity? The answer lies in a concept that might seem simple at first glance, but its power lies in its application. This principle is about more than just staying in touch. It's about creating a rhythm of engagement that becomes as natural as breathing. It's about weaving yourself into the fabric of others' professional lives in a way that's both meaningful and sustainable. It's about being a constant, reliable presence that others come to trust and value. Why is this approach so crucial for building a powerful network? The answer lies in the nature of human relationships and memory. In our fast-paced world, Out of sight often means out of mind. Even the strongest initial connections can fade if not regularly reinforced. By maintaining consistent contact, you ensure that you remain not just in your contacts' address books, but at the forefront of their thoughts when opportunities arise. Moreover, consistency in your networking efforts demonstrates reliability. It shows that you're not just someone who reaches out when you need something, but a steady presence who's genuinely invested in the relationship. This reliability builds trust over time, deepening your connections and making them more resilient to the inevitable ups and downs of professional life. But how does this principle of consistency actually work in practice? It starts with understanding that meaningful relationships aren't built through grand gestures or intense bursts of interaction followed by long silences. Instead, they're nurtured through regular, thoughtful engagement over time. Think about the last time you reconnected with someone after a long period of silence. There's often an awkwardness, a need to rebuild rapport. Now contrast that with a relationship where you've maintained regular contact. The conversation flows easily, picking up where you left off. This ease and comfort is the power of consistency in action. To harness this power, you need to develop a strategic approach to maintaining your network. This doesn't mean you need to be in constant communication with everyone you know. Rather, it's about creating a sustainable plan that allows you to keep your most important relationships active and vibrant. Start by identifying the key relationships in your network. These might be mentors, collaborators, or connections in areas where you're looking to grow. Once you've identified these priority relationships, consider how often you should ideally be in touch. For some connections, this might be monthly. For others, quarterly check-ins might suffice. With this framework in mind, create a schedule for yourself. This could be as simple as setting reminders in your calendar for regular check-ins. The key is to make these interactions a part of your routine, as natural as any other professional responsibility. But consistency isn't just about frequency, it's also about the quality of your interactions. Each touchpoint should add value, whether that's sharing a relevant article, offering congratulations on a recent achievement, or simply expressing genuine interest in their current projects. Remember, the goal isn't to overwhelm your contacts with constant communication. It's about finding the right balance of frequency and substance that keeps the relationship alive and mutually beneficial. Too little contact, and the connection may fade. Too much, and you risk becoming a nuisance. One powerful way to ensure your consistent interactions are meaningful is to personalize them. This means remembering and referencing details about your contacts' lives and work. Did they mention an upcoming project the last time you spoke? Ask how it's going. Did they share a personal milestone? Follow up on it. This level of personalization shows that you're not just going through the motions, but that you're genuinely invested in the relationship. It transforms your interactions from mere check-ins to meaningful exchanges that strengthen your connection. To make this personalization easier, consider keeping notes on your important contacts. This could be in a CRM system, a spreadsheet, or even a simple notebook. Record key details about their work, their goals, and any personal information they've shared. Before each interaction, review these notes to refresh your memory and inform your conversation. Another aspect of consistency in networking is celebrating others' successes. Make it a habit to acknowledge your contacts' achievements, whether that's a promotion, a successful project launch, or a personal milestone. This not only shows that you're paying attention, but also that you're genuinely happy for their success. Sharing valuable resources is another excellent way to maintain consistent, meaningful contact. This could be articles relevant to their field, information about upcoming industry events, or introductions to people who could be helpful to them. By regularly providing value, you position yourself as a thoughtful and resourceful connection. To truly internalize this principle of consistency, try setting yourself a challenge. Commit to reaching out to 5 key contacts this week. For each interaction, make it personal and valuable. This could be as simple as sending a thoughtful message acknowledging a recent accomplishment, sharing a resource you think they'd find useful, or suggesting a quick catch-up call. As you engage in these consistent interactions, keep track of your efforts. Note when you last reached out to each contact and what you discussed. This will help you maintain a balanced approach and ensure no important relationships fall through the cracks. After a month of this consistent outreach, reflect on the experience. How has it affected your relationships? Have you noticed any changes in how responsive your contacts are? Has any new opportunities arisen from these interactions? This reflection can help reinforce the value of consistency and keep you motivated to maintain the practice. As you embrace this approach to networking, you might wonder what outcomes you can expect. At a basic level, you're likely to see your relationships maintained over time. Connections that might have otherwise faded will remain active and potentially valuable. In many cases, you'll see excellent results in the form of deepened trust. As you consistently demonstrate your reliability and genuine interest, your contacts will come to see you as a trusted ally in their professional network. This trust can lead to more open communication, more frequent collaboration, and a greater willingness to share opportunities. In the best-case scenario, your consistent networking efforts can lead to a network of ongoing mutual support. You'll find yourself part of a community where help, advice, and opportunities flow freely in all directions. Your network becomes not just a list of contacts, but a dynamic ecosystem of professional growth and support. Of course, as with any approach, there can be challenges along the way. One common issue is simply forgetting to follow up or maintain contact. In our busy lives, it's easy for these important but not urgent tasks to slip through the cracks. The solution is to use reminders and scheduling tools to your advantage. Set up a system that works for you, whether that's calendar alerts, task management apps, or even old-fashioned sticky notes. Another potential pitfall is falling into the trap of impersonal communications. In an effort to maintain consistency, you might find yourself sending generic messages that fail to resonate. To avoid this, always take a moment to personalize your outreach. Reference past conversations, ask about specific projects, or comment on recent developments in their field. This extra effort goes a long way in making your communications meaningful. On the flip side, there's also the risk of over-communicating. In your enthusiasm to stay connected, you might inadvertently become a nuisance. The key here is to respect others' time and boundaries. Pay attention to how responsive your contacts are and adjust your frequency accordingly. Quality always trumps quantity when it comes to networking interactions. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of consistency in networking. By making regular, meaningful contact a habit, you're not just maintaining connections, you're cultivating a thriving professional ecosystem that can support and accelerate your success. But consistency is just the beginning. As your network grows and your interactions become more numerous, how do you ensure that each connection feels valued and remembered? What hidden technique can transform a simple follow-up into a powerful tool for deepening relationships and uncovering opportunities? Prepare to discover the art of the perfect follow-up, where every interaction becomes a stepping stone to stronger connections and unexpected possibilities. Chapter 7: Follow-up. In the intricate dance of networking, there's a move so subtle yet so powerful that it can transform a fleeting encounter into a lasting connection. This move, when executed with finesse, has the potential to set you apart in a sea of professionals, turning casual acquaintances into valuable allies. As we delve into this chapter, prepare to uncover a strategy that goes beyond mere politeness. It's an art form that can elevate your networking game to new heights. Imagine for a moment the last networking event you attended. You exchanged business cards, shared brief conversations, and perhaps even felt a spark of potential with a few individuals. But what happened after you left the event? Did those promising connections fade into the background of your busy life, or did they blossom into meaningful relationships? The difference often lies in a simple yet profoundly impactful action, one that many overlook in the hustle of professional life. This action has the power to reinforce the positive impression you've made demonstrate your professionalism, and keep the momentum of your initial interaction alive. But what exactly is this magical move, and how can you harness its power to build a network that's not just wide, but deep and enduring? At its core, this strategy is about more than just reaching out after an initial meeting. It's about crafting a thoughtful, personalized communication that adds value and sets the stage for ongoing dialogue. It's about showing that you're not just collecting contacts, but genuinely interested in building relationships. It's about turning that first handshake or conversation into the foundation of a potentially game-changing connection. But why is this approach so crucial for building a powerful network? The answer lies in the nature of human memory and the sheer volume of interactions we all experience in our professional lives. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with information and new faces, even the most engaging initial encounters can quickly fade from memory. By following up effectively, you ensure that you stand out from the crowd, reinforcing the positive impression you've made and demonstrating your commitment to the relationship. Moreover, a well-executed follow-up demonstrates a level of professionalism that sets you apart. It shows that you're organized, thoughtful, and proactive, qualities that are highly valued in any professional context. This simple act can speak volumes about your character and work ethic, making others more likely to want to engage with you further. Perhaps most importantly, following up maintains the momentum generated by your initial interaction. It keeps the conversation going, preventing the energy and potential of that first meeting from dissipating. This continuity is crucial for transforming a one-time encounter into an ongoing, mutually beneficial relationship. So, how do you master this art of the follow-up? It starts with understanding that timing is everything. The ideal window for following up is typically within 24 to 48 hours after your initial interaction. This time frame ensures that your meeting is still fresh in the other person's mind, while also giving you enough time to craft a thoughtful message. However, timing isn't just about when you send your follow-up, it's also about ensuring that your message is relevant to your recent interaction. Reference specific points from your conversation, showing that you were actively listening and engaged. This level of detail not only jogs the other person's memory, but also demonstrates your genuine interest in the connection. Crafting a personalized message is key to an effective follow-up. Generic, copy-paste messages are easily spotted and often dismissed. Instead, take the time to tailor your communication to the individual and the context of your meeting. Mention something specific you discussed, a shared interest you discovered, or a unique aspect of their work that intrigued you. This personalization shows that you value the individual connection, not just the addition of another contact to your list. When it comes to the channel of communication, consider the context of your initial interaction and the preferences of your new contact. While email is often the default, don't overlook other options. A LinkedIn connection request with a personalized note can be appropriate in many professional contexts. For more informal connections, a text message might be suitable. The key is to choose a method that feels natural and appropriate given your interaction and industry norms. But the art of the follow-up goes beyond just reaching out. It's about adding value in every interaction. This is where you can truly set yourself apart and lay the groundwork for a meaningful, long-term relationship. Think about what you can offer that would be genuinely helpful or interesting to your new contact. One powerful way to add value is by providing resources or insights related to your conversation. Did you discuss a challenge they're facing in their work? Share an article or tool that might help address that issue. Were they interested in a particular aspect of your industry? Offer some insider knowledge or connect them with a relevant resource. This not only demonstrates your expertise, but also your willingness to be helpful without expecting immediate returns. Offering assistance is another excellent way to add value in your follow-up. This doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Even a simple offer to make an introduction or provide feedback on a project can be meaningful. The key is to make your offer specific and genuine. Vague offers of, "let me know if I can help with anything," are less likely to be taken up than concrete, targeted offers of assistance. Don't underestimate the power of expressing genuine appreciation in your follow-up. Thank the person for their time, insights, or any specific value they added to your interaction. This expression of gratitude not only leaves a positive impression, but also opens the door for further engagement. People are naturally drawn to those who appreciate them, making them more likely to want to continue the relationship. To truly internalize the art of the follow-up, try setting yourself a challenge. Commit to following up with 3 new contacts this week. For each follow-up, include at least one element that adds value, whether that's a relevant resource, a specific offer of assistance, or a thoughtful insight based on your conversation. This practice will help you develop the habit of meaningful follow-ups and allow you to see firsthand the impact it can have on your networking efforts. As you craft these follow-ups, think beyond just the immediate interaction. Consider how you can lay the groundwork for ongoing engagement. This might involve suggesting a future meeting, proposing a collaboration, or even just expressing interest in staying in touch about a particular topic. By including these forward-looking elements, you're not just closing the loop on your initial interaction, you're opening the door to a continuing relationship. After sending your follow-ups, take some time to plan your next steps. How will you keep the momentum going with these new connections? Perhaps set reminders to check in again in a few weeks or months. Consider how you can continue to add value over time, whether through periodic sharing of relevant information or by making good on your offers of assistance. As you embrace this approach to follow-ups, you might wonder about the potential outcomes. At a basic level, you're likely to see ongoing communication with your new contacts. Instead of your interaction being a one-time event, you'll find yourself engaged in a continuing dialogue, building familiarity and trust over time. In many cases, you'll see excellent results in the form of deepening rapport. As you consistently demonstrate your value and genuine interest, you'll find your relationships evolving from mere acquaintanceships to true professional friendships. This level of connection can lead to more open communication, increased trust, and a greater willingness to collaborate or share opportunities. In the best-case scenario, your thoughtful follow-ups can lead to strong relationships that open doors to significant opportunities. You might find yourself being introduced to key players in your industry, invited to participate in exciting projects, or even discovering new career paths you hadn't previously considered. Your network becomes not just a list of contacts, but a rich ecosystem of mutually supportive relationships that can propel your career to new heights. Of course, as with any strategy, there can be challenges along the way. One common issue is delayed follow-up. In the busyness of professional life, it's easy to let that crucial 24-48-hour window slip by. The solution is to prioritize your follow-ups, treating them as an essential part of your networking process rather than an optional extra. Consider setting reminders or blocking out time in your calendar specifically for crafting and sending follow-up messages. Another potential pitfall is falling into the trap of generic messages. In an effort to follow up promptly, you might be tempted to use templated responses. However, these often fall flat and fail to make the impact you're aiming for. The key is to always personalize your communications, even if it means taking a bit more time. Reference specific details from your interaction and tailor your message to the individual and the context of your meeting. Lastly, there's the possibility of not receiving a response to your follow-up. This can be discouraging, but it's important not to take it personally. People are busy, and your message may have simply gotten lost in a flood of emails. The solution is to send a polite reminder after a reasonable period, perhaps a week or two. Keep this reminder brief and friendly, and consider adding a new piece of value, such as a relevant article or industry update. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of the follow-up in networking. By mastering this art, you're not just closing the loop on individual interactions, you're opening doors to deeper, more meaningful professional relationships. You're transforming fleeting encounters into lasting connections that can support and accelerate your career growth. But the journey of networking is not always smooth. As you put these strategies into practice, you'll inevitably encounter obstacles and setbacks. How do you maintain your momentum when faced with rejection or indifference? What hidden strength can you cultivate to not just weather these challenges, but to emerge from them stronger and more connected than ever? Prepare to uncover the secret weapon of successful networkers, a quality that turns every setback into a stepping stone and every challenge into an opportunity for growth. Chapter 8: Resilience. In the grand tapestry of networking, there's a thread that often goes unnoticed, yet it's the very fiber that holds everything together when challenges arise. This thread, when woven skillfully into your professional fabric, has the power to transform setbacks into stepping stones, disappointments into opportunities for growth. As we embark on this chapter, prepare to uncover a quality so fundamental, yet so often overlooked, that it holds the key to unlocking your true networking potential. Imagine for a moment standing at the edge of a vast, uncharted territory. The landscape before you is filled with promise, but also with unseen obstacles and potential pitfalls. To navigate this terrain successfully, you'll need more than just skills and strategies. You'll need an inner strength, a core of steel that allows you to bend without breaking, to learn and adapt no matter what challenges you encounter. But what exactly is this inner strength? What's the secret ingredient that can elevate your networking from a series of hit-or-miss encounters to a consistent journey of growth and connection? The answer lies in a concept that might seem simple at first glance, but its power lies in its application. This quality is about more than just bouncing back from disappointment. It's about developing an unshakable core that not only withstands rejection, but actually thrives on it. It's about cultivating a mindset that sees every no as a step closer to yes, every closed door as an opportunity to find a better path forward. Why is this approach so crucial for building a powerful network? The answer lies in the very nature of networking itself. In our pursuit of connections and opportunities, rejection is not just possible, it's inevitable. Even the most successful networkers face their fair share of setbacks. What sets them apart is not an absence of rejection, but their response to it. By developing this quality, you enable yourself to persist in the face of setbacks. Instead of being discouraged by a lack of response or a declined invitation, you're able to maintain your momentum, learning and improving with each interaction. This persistence is key to building a robust and diverse network over time. Moreover, this approach actually improves your networking skills through continuous learning. Each rejection, when viewed through the right lens, becomes a valuable piece of feedback. It's an opportunity to refine your approach, to better understand the needs and preferences of your potential connections, and to hone your communication skills. Perhaps most importantly, cultivating this quality attracts others to you. People are naturally drawn to those who exude positivity and resilience. When you're able to maintain a constructive outlook, even in the face of challenges, you become someone others want to be around, to work with, and to connect with. But how do you develop this crucial quality? It starts with understanding the nature of rejection in networking. Rejection in this context can take many forms: an unanswered email, a declined meeting request, or even a conversation that doesn't go as planned. The key is to recognize that these experiences are a normal and expected part of the networking process. Common reasons for rejection in networking often have little to do with you personally. People are busy, priorities shift, and sometimes the timing simply isn't right. By understanding this, you can begin to normalize the experience of rejection, seeing it as a natural part of the process rather than a reflection of your worth or abilities. It's crucial to distinguish between personal and situational factors when facing rejection. More often than not, a networking setback is due to circumstances beyond your control. Perhaps the person you reached out to is overwhelmed with their current projects, or maybe your proposal simply doesn't align with their current needs. Recognizing this helps you maintain perspective and avoid taking rejections personally. Once you've developed a clear understanding of rejection in networking, the next step is to learn from these experiences. This is where the true power of resilience comes into play. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, focus on analyzing the feedback, both explicit and implicit, that you receive. Start by looking objectively at the interaction. What went well? What could have been improved? If you received direct feedback, consider it carefully, even if it's not what you wanted to hear. If the rejection was more indirect, like an unanswered message, try to identify any factors that might have contributed to the lack of response. Use this analysis to identify areas for improvement in your networking approach. Perhaps you need to work on crafting more compelling initial messages. Maybe your follow-up strategy needs refinement. Or it could be that you need to do more research to ensure you're targeting the right individuals or organizations for your goals. Based on these insights, be prepared to adapt your strategies. This might involve tweaking your communication style, refining your value proposition, or even reassessing your networking goals. The key is to approach this process with curiosity and openness, seeing each adjustment as a step towards more effective networking. Maintaining a positive mindset throughout this process is crucial. This doesn't mean ignoring disappointments or pretending that rejections don't sting. Rather, it's about developing techniques for resilience that allow you to acknowledge these feelings while still moving forward constructively. One powerful technique is reframing setbacks. Instead of seeing a rejection as a failure, try viewing it as a learning opportunity. Each no brings you one step closer to understanding what works and what doesn't in your networking approach. It's valuable data that can inform your future efforts. Practicing self-compassion is another important aspect of maintaining a positive mindset. Be kind to yourself in the face of setbacks. Recognize that everyone, even the most successful networkers, faces rejection. Treat yourself with the same understanding and encouragement you would offer a friend in a similar situation. To truly internalize these concepts and build your resilience, engage in some practical exercises. Start by reflecting on past rejections you've experienced in your networking efforts. Look at them with fresh eyes, applying the principles we've discussed. What can you learn from these experiences? How might you approach similar situations differently in the future? Next, develop a personal resilience plan. This could include strategies for managing disappointment, techniques for reframing setbacks, and reminders of your long-term networking goals. Having this plan in place can provide a roadmap to follow when you encounter challenges, helping you maintain your positive momentum. Set specific improvement goals based on your reflections and analysis. These might include refining your initial outreach messages, developing a more robust follow-up strategy, or expanding your networking efforts into new areas. By focusing on concrete, actionable goals, you transform the energy of rejection into fuel for growth and improvement. As you embrace this resilient approach to networking, you might wonder about the potential outcomes. At a basic level, you're likely to find yourself accepting rejection more calmly. Instead of being derailed by setbacks, you'll be able to acknowledge them and move forward with equanimity. With consistent effort, you can achieve excellent results in the form of a refined and more effective networking approach. As you learn from each interaction, successful or not, you'll develop a nuanced understanding of what works in different situations. Your networking skills will become more adaptable and sophisticated, leading to better outcomes over time. In the best-case scenario, this resilient mindset can lead to unwavering confidence that propels you towards networking success. When you're no longer held back by fear of rejection or discouraged by temporary setbacks, you're free to pursue connections and opportunities with boldness and authenticity. This confidence is magnetic, attracting others to you and opening doors to possibilities you might never have imagined. Of course, as with any personal growth journey, there can be challenges along the way. One common issue is the tendency to take rejection personally. Even when we intellectually understand that most rejections aren't about us, it can be emotionally challenging to separate our sense of self-worth from the outcomes of our networking efforts. The solution here is to continually remind yourself that a networking rejection is not a judgment of your value as a person. It's simply a mismatch of timing, needs, or circumstances. Develop a mantra or a set of affirmations that reinforce this truth, and return to them whenever you feel the sting of rejection. Another potential pitfall is ignoring the valuable feedback contained in rejections. It can be tempting to brush off setbacks without examining them, especially if they're painful. However, this robs you of crucial learning opportunities. Make it a habit to seek lessons in every experience, positive or negative. This active learning stance will accelerate your growth and improve your networking outcomes over time. Lastly, repeated rejections might lead to a fear of networking, causing you to withdraw from opportunities to connect. If you find yourself hesitating to reach out or attend events, the key is to re-engage gradually. Start with low-pressure situations where you feel comfortable and slowly expand your comfort zone. Remember, every successful networker has faced and overcome this fear. It's a natural part of the growth process. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of resilience in networking. By cultivating this inner strength, you're not just protecting yourself from disappointment, you're transforming every interaction, even the challenging ones, into opportunities for growth and learning. But resilience is just the beginning. As you strengthen this core quality, you'll find yourself ready to expand your horizons in ways you might never have imagined. What lies beyond the boundaries of your current network? How can you leverage the strength you've developed to explore new territories, forge unexpected connections, and unlock opportunities that seem beyond reach? Prepare to embark on a journey that will take you beyond the limits of conventional networking, where the only boundaries are those of your imagination and ambition. Chapter 9: Beyond Limits. As we reach the culmination of our journey through the art and science of networking, it's time to lift our gaze beyond the horizon of immediate goals and short-term connections. You've mastered the fundamentals, honed your skills, and built a foundation of resilience. Now, it's time to explore the vast, uncharted territories that lie beyond the limits of conventional networking. Imagine for a moment that your network is not just a collection of contacts, but a living, breathing ecosystem. An ecosystem that grows, evolves, and expands in ways you might never have anticipated. This final chapter is your guide to nurturing and expanding this ecosystem, transforming it into a force that can propel you towards heights of success and influence you may have once thought unattainable. The journey you've embarked on through the pages of this book has equipped you with a powerful set of tools. You've learned to craft your unique identity, to approach networking with purpose and authenticity, to give generously and leverage your connections effectively. You've mastered the art of consistency and follow-up, and you've built the resilience to weather any storm. But these skills are not the end goal. They are the launchpad for something far greater. As you step into this new phase of your networking journey, you'll find that the confidence you've gained in building meaningful relationships becomes second nature. The connections you forge are no longer just names in your contact list, but genuine relationships built on mutual trust and respect. This confidence allows you to approach new opportunities and challenges with a sense of assurance, knowing that you have the skills to connect authentically with anyone you encounter. Moreover, you now possess the ability to leverage your network for continuous growth. Your network is no longer a static resource, but a dynamic force that can open doors, provide insights, and create opportunities you might never have discovered on your own. Whether you're seeking career advancement, exploring new business ventures, or simply expanding your knowledge, your network becomes an invaluable asset in achieving your goals. Perhaps most significantly, you'll find your influence in your field steadily growing. As you consistently apply the principles you've learned, you'll become known not just for what you do, but for how you connect and empower others. This enhanced influence can lead to speaking opportunities, leadership roles, and the ability to shape conversations in your industry. But the true power of what you've learned extends far beyond professional achievements. It has the potential to transform the very nature of your relationships, both personal and professional. The authenticity you've cultivated in your networking approach spills over into all your interactions, leading to deeper, more meaningful connections across all areas of your life. You'll find yourself surrounded by a stronger support system than ever before. The reciprocal nature of the relationships you've built means that you have a network of individuals ready to offer advice, support, and opportunities when you need them most. This support system becomes a safety net that allows you to take bigger risks and pursue bolder goals. Moreover, the communication skills you've honed through your networking efforts enhance all your interactions. You'll find yourself navigating complex social situations with ease, expressing your ideas more clearly, and truly listening to others in a way that makes them feel valued and understood. As you continue to practice and refine the concepts you've learned, you'll discover that networking becomes increasingly effortless. What once required conscious effort and planning now feels natural and intuitive. You'll find yourself making valuable connections in unexpected places, seeing opportunities where others see obstacles, and navigating professional landscapes with a sense of ease and confidence. The benefits of your networking efforts compound over time. Each new connection opens doors to further opportunities. Each successful interaction builds your reputation, and each challenge overcome adds to your resilience. This compounding effect means that the energy you invest in networking yields ever-increasing returns, allowing you to achieve your goals more efficiently and effectively through the power of your relationships. But remember, the journey of networking is ongoing. It doesn't end with achieving a particular milestone or reaching a specific goal. It's a lifelong pursuit that evolves as you grow and as the world around you changes. Embracing this ongoing journey means staying open to new connections, even when you feel you've arrived in your career or industry. It means being adaptable, ready to pivot your networking strategies as new technologies emerge and social norms shift. The principles you've learned are timeless, but the specific tactics may need to adapt to changing circumstances. Your ability to stay flexible and open-minded will ensure that your network remains vibrant and relevant throughout your life. As your network and influence grow, you'll find opportunities to scale your impact in ways you might never have imagined. Technology and social media offer powerful tools to extend your reach far beyond your immediate circle. By thoughtfully leveraging these platforms, you can share your insights, connect with like-minded individuals across the globe, and build a personal brand that resonates with your values and goals. Engaging in thought leadership becomes a natural extension of your networking efforts. The insights you've gained, the connections you've made, and the unique perspective you've developed all contribute to a wealth of knowledge that others in your field will find valuable. By sharing this knowledge through writing, speaking, or digital content creation, you further cement your position as a trusted and influential figure in your industry. As you reach new heights of success and influence, you'll find yourself in a position to mentor others, to guide them on their own networking journeys. This role not only allows you to give back and help others achieve their goals, but it also reinforces your own skills and understanding. Teaching others often leads to new insights and a deeper appreciation for the principles you've mastered. Ultimately, the power of networking extends far beyond individual success. It gives you the ability to craft a lasting legacy, to define the impact you want to have on your industry, your community, and the world at large. Your network becomes a reflection of your values, a living embodiment of the change you wish to see in the world. By building a network that aligns with your core values and aspirations, you create a powerful force for positive change. Each connection you make, each relationship you nurture, becomes part of a larger tapestry of influence that can shape industries, drive innovation, and even change lives. As we conclude this journey, I want to leave you with a vision of what's possible when you fully embrace the limitless potential of networking. Imagine a future where your network has become a global force for positive change. You've connected visionaries across industries, fostering collaborations that tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges. Your influence extends far beyond your immediate field, shaping policies, driving social change, and inspiring the next generation of leaders. You've become not just a successful professional, but a catalyst for transformation in your industry and beyond. The relationships you've cultivated have led to groundbreaking projects, revolutionary innovations, and opportunities you once thought were beyond your reach. Your network has become a living legacy, a force that continues to create positive impact even beyond your direct involvement. This is not just a dream. It's the very real potential that lies within the power of strategic, authentic networking. The skills you've learned, the mindset you've developed, and the connections you'll make are the building blocks of this extraordinary future. Every interaction, every relationship you nurture is a step towards this vision. Remember, the limits of what you can achieve through networking are bounded only by your imagination and your willingness to connect authentically with others. As you close this book and step back into your world, carry with you the knowledge that you now possess the tools to build not just a network, but a legacy. The journey ahead is filled with unlimited potential, unexpected opportunities, and the power to create lasting, positive change in the world. Your networking journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. As you embrace each new connection with authenticity and purpose, you'll discover that truly impactful networking goes hand in hand with masterful social skills. The ability to navigate conversations with finesse, to read subtle social cues, and to leave lasting impressions in every interaction can exponentially amplify the power of your network. But what if you find yourself stumbling in social situations, unable to fully capitalize on the networking opportunities you've created? There's a crucial piece of the puzzle that can elevate your networking game to unprecedented levels. To unlock the full potential of your newfound networking prowess and transform awkward encounters into artful connections, don't miss the essential companion to this book, Social Skills 101, From Awkward to Artful. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.